So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have been in the mortgage industry as a loan officer for quite some time. That would be over 20 years. This is all that I've done in my career as far as be a lender, and it's all that I have really loved. And it's this career has been very, very good to me. We've had many good years in the lending industry, and then sometimes we have some challenging years, and I've been able to work through those. I mainly worked with my realtor partners for a very long period of time, my past clients, but I've also handled some builder accounts. So I was the builder loan officer on several projects for several years. Those were very taxing. It was quite a bit of business. I have a team. I have 2 loan officers on my team that assist me, both of which are Spanish speaking. And now that we're out of the builder arena, we're strictly into the retail arena on home purchases. I have a loan officer on my team, Patty, who is very good with working with the Hispanic community and our Spanish speaking realtor partners. So she's fantastic at that. And then I have Raquel, who's been with me for 15 years, a very long time. She's a very devoted employee and part of our family. She's also Spanish speaking, and she handles the bulk of the paperwork. So I mainly do sales and applications, and then she takes it from there, and we have a whole team that follows us that kind of takes care of the work. So as far as my career, I didn't wake up one day and just said, hey, I think I'm going to be a loan officer. I fell into it as a younger person. I really didn't have any direction as to where I wanted to go. I did go to junior college, but was still kind of flailing in the wind. And a friend of mine's father worked for a big savings and loan at the time, and we were friends, and he said, you should just go ask my dad for a job. So I did, and he gave me a job working in the mailroom down in the basement, and I was grateful for that. And I honestly, I didn't know any better. But from then, I just worked hard, and I stayed with that company for quite some time and just learned the certain sides of lending, and still always stayed on the lending, processing, underwriting side. So I was a loan processor for a while, then I was a loan underwriter, a manager. I was a manager of people, and I'm not really sure I was very good at that because I was still quite young at the time. And eventually just became a loan officer and worked in that arena, and I've been a loan officer for quite some time. And I just learned through experience on how to take applications and how to do loans. Really, when I started, there wasn't anything automated. When I was at National City in the year 2000, the usage of credit scores was just coming about. So many of our loans in the past did not have any automated loan approval. There were not any credit scores or FICO scores that were used. Our paper files were really very, very large, and it was quite fun. We had quite a good time in a few years back, but I can see, and you can see how as things progress with technology, that now we have applications that we do online or on your telephone. I have to say, I still have some dear clients that aren't tech savvy and will come into the office and bring me their paperwork because they can't upload it, and I'm grateful for that as well. So I'll see clients in my office. Some of my investor clients I never see because they just email me and say, hey, I want this kind of loan. They do the application, send me their paperwork. I send them a loan fee worksheet. They say yes, and they go ahead and move forward and close the loan, and then they come back around when it's time again. So things are quite different these days in the lending world. Right now, mainly, I am just doing conventional loans, FHA loans, and VA loans, and presently being certified for reverse mortgage, which I'm really excited about. But I'm also doing a concentration on the veteran and military family and community, so I can understand the VA loan much better and be a better loan officer in that arena. I think as loan officers, we can take an application and you can follow the guidelines, but I will say that in studying the VA loan more closely and taking some certification classes it has taught me that there are things that I still don't know. And I'm really excited about working in that arena, being an advocate for veterans and their families in active duty. I am presently reaching out to realtor groups. I am doing video, I am speaking, I am meeting with veterans and their families and organizations so that I can become better educated on the families, and I got stuck there. So that I can be a better loan officer and a better advocate and really get to know these clients and how I can assist them. I can see through some of my training how loan officers can make mistakes on the VA home loan, and we certainly don't want that. We don't want to disappoint a veteran or their family. And one of them is, one area that is really common is not asking the right questions on the applications. So many times the veteran or active duty will have an application online. They may not complete it properly or accurately. And if the loan officer doesn't go back and check all the boxes and ask all the questions, such as how many children do you have under the age of 18 living at home, and what kind of child care do you have, well, that can come back later. So let's say you take the application, you don't ask those questions, the veteran goes into contract, you're in the process now, you've really gotten started, and then all of a sudden the child care loan disclosure letter comes out and they have 3 children and 3 children that are in daycare, and daycare is a cost that has to be added to the loan for qualifying, and that can be quite devastating once you're in contract if you find out that you can't qualify after the fact. So just the basic, going back to the basics, make sure you look at the application, ask the right questions, get the certificate of eligibility, find out if they have any disability of any sort that also might come up on the certificate of eligibility. And make sure that we're well educated and we could put together a loan properly and help the veteran make sure that they get into that home properly.